Hi, I'm Kevin Campbell of Kevin Campbell Films, a video marketing company headquartered out of my franchise hub. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to tell your franchise story. First, let's talk a little about the technical side. I don't want you to be nervous about being on camera or having to memorize a script or hire an expensive video company or worry about filming in a studio. You can hire a video company to film your project, but it's not necessary. The easiest way to present your story on camera is what we call interview style. You see this on TV news and tons of online videos. I was in TV news for years, and we use this technique to reduce the stress for people who aren't comfortable being on camera. The setup is simple. You put the camera to the side and talk as if you're speaking to someone next to the camera. To make it even easier, I recommend writing out your script and putting it right in front of you, kind of like a teleprompter. If you're not comfortable reading a script, or if you think you sound staged, then just print out bullet points to remind you of what you want to talk about. I made a separate video that teaches how to use a free online teleprompter called QPrompter. Please watch that after this video. It'll help shorten your video production time. You can film your video with any kind of camera, your phone, your tablet. It really doesn't matter as long as you keep the camera stable. You don't want someone holding it with their hand and it moves all over. If you're not using a separate microphone, then try to put your recording device no more than 3 feet, about 1 meter, away from the person talking, or else your video will sound tinny and hollow and unprofessional. Before we talk about your story, let's talk about your audience. Your target market, the type of person you're trying to reach. Let's get out your writing device and make a list of the traits that define your ideal franchisee. This isn't about keywords, it's about personality traits. Get into the details. Don't list traits like hard worker or entrepreneurial spirit. Dive deep into what they really should love about your business. If you were personally interviewing that prospect, what are the questions you would ask? If your personal beliefs have a lot to do with who you would bring in as a franchisee, write those down. For example, Chick-fil-A has a strong Christian background and won't permit their stores to be open on Sundays. On the other hand, a restaurant like Twin Peaks has a definite worldview of the types of young women who will be working for you. I don't imagine the person who wants to buy a Chick-fil-A franchise will also want to buy a Twin Peaks franchise. You should also bring in other stakeholders into this process. If you have a business partner, a spouse, or family members who created the company with you, then absolutely have them contribute to your audience profile. Once you have your audience profile completed, you have a much better idea of who you're talking to. Now let's go over the exact story you're going to tell. First, introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Kevin. I'm a franchisor and the creator of XYZ company. And I'm looking for the right person to become a franchisee of what I've created. That's it. Nice, simple, short and sweet. Next, tell a story as to why you created your business. Not how, but why. This usually means talking about your background, where you came from and what gave you the idea to create this company. Most entrepreneurs have tried to create several companies, and maybe the one you have now is the best one that worked out. Maybe you've created other successful companies in the past. The point is your target audience will probably have a similar history of entrepreneurship and will relate to your story. They'll see themselves in your story. Don't be afraid to talk about failures. This will humanize your story. Most of us who start businesses haven't always gotten rich the first few times. We had to fall down and skin our knees a couple of times before we found the right niche. Be honest about your past. Your potential franchisee will appreciate it. Next, talk about your beliefs about why you do business. This is your worldview that I talked about in the first video. Your innermost emotional reasons for creating your business. Why do you love to do this? What kind of customers do you like to work with? Why do you enjoy solving the problem that your business solves? Now talk about the people you want to bring into your franchise family. You've already made the list, so let's put that into a story about the people you want to represent your franchise. If you already have franchisees, talk about them. Mention them by name. Why do they represent your philosophy about business? Why do they represent your brand? If you don't have any franchisees yet, then talk about the people you want to connect with. Talk about the values you expect them to share with you. Make it clear who you're looking for. Then talk about the hard part, the hours they'll have to invest, the training they may need, and anything else that might be difficult for some people to handle. One of our franchisors here is Bio One, and they do trauma scene cleaning and hoarding cleaning. Well, if you want to franchise with them, you need a strong stomach. Don't talk about the money. That information will be in a separate document that your attorney will prepare and should not be in the video. Also, don't mention any guarantees or any statements that might be considered contractual. Then end your video with a simple call to action. For example, if you think you're a good fit for my business, please call, email, or whatever the contact process is. Say your name and say thanks, and that's it. I hope you've enjoyed learning about creating your franchise or a marketing video. Telling the inside story of why you created your business will go a long way to finding the right people to join your franchise family. I'm Kevin Campbell. Thanks for watching.